Don't you just love it when it freezes like that? Just for a second where it just terrifies you that everything's gone wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hi everyone. If you could just let us know in the chat that you can hear and see us fine, that would be fantastic. Shall we open the fizzy stuff before we get started? Because we've no cocktail of the month this month, because we said that when we got past that 10,000, we'd open something sparkly.
Mm-hmm.
Not expensive, but sparkly.
Not expensive, no.
But it's a nice one.
Yes.
So let's get this open first. Normally we have the cocktail of the month to go through with people, but let's see if I can.
Oh my!
I realised that was. Jason says the sound is good. Thank you, Jason. Very risky deciding to pour open somewhat fizzy. I feel on here.
Now you say it, I feel you might be right.
But because we didn't say it beforehand,
yeah, we didn't put it out there.
I feel that we're safe.
Oh.
Well, I say we feel that we're safe. We shall see. What's yours?
Thank you. My favourite noise.
The sparkling.
And the
pop. The little fizzes and the pop.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to just pop that next to you over there?
Okay. Nice.
And I'll say
cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
You got to drink it.
I'm going to drink it. Is it bad luck if you cheers and then don't drink?
I think so.
Okay, we don't want that. So let us know in the chat where you're from today, where you join us from, and say hi, and we'll say hello. As usual, any questions that you've got. You liking that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Any questions that you've got, please just put them in there. If you can start with a question, that would be great, whether it's about Alaska, moving house, anything.
Yes.
Because new background. It's not a background, really, is it? But should we say hi to some people?
Yes.
People are joining on. And thank you to everyone for joining us, because I'm aware that there's both the British Grand Prix on, if you like, Formula One, and Wimbledon.
And another channel.
And a small YouTuber in life as well. So thank you to everyone that's joining us. But let's say some hellos.
Okay.
We've got Gil and Sandrine saying congratulations on the 10,000 subscribers.
Thank you. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Do you have to have a drink every time now?
Let's do that.
Anytime someone says congratulations, we have to finish it.
Oh,
that'll be gone quick, won't it?
No,
you pouring yourself more holiday. That's a proper glug. Oh, that was dangerous then. Tina and John from Western Supermare.
Hi, Tina and John.
We've got Gail and Mike joining as well.
Hi, Gail and Mike.
Who said, congrats on the move, hitting 10,000, you busy people.
Busy.
This month's been crazy. We're starting off to Alaska and then moving house, about a week after he got back? Yeah. Not the perfect way to do things, but nice. We've got Monty and Pedro from Central Washington State. 104 degrees, 40 degrees C there. They're having some serious heat over there.
Oh,
we were watching on the news this morning, weren't we?
Yeah.
So stay safe. They're saying fire season's begun. 90 days until their first QM2 transatlantic.
Oh, amazing. Oh.
We've got Rose with us.
Hi, Rose.
And Emma.
Hi, Emma.
How was Alaska? We'll come back to that in a second, because that can be the first question. Steve joining us from the west coast of Canada as well. Thank you, Steve. We have Joe and Jim.
Hi, Joe and Jim.
Who we got to spend some time with on Ruby Princess, and it was lovely.
Yes.
Let's have a look. More questions in there. I'm just making sure I'm just saying all the quick hellos first before we go to questions. And from Steve P. From Trowbridge in Wiltshire.
Hi.
And Gail and Mike are from a very sunny Crosby.
Nice.
It's not that sunny here today now. It's been sort of rainy on and off all day.
We had thunder and lightning earlier as well.
It was so loud as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thunder crack.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's bring up some questions. I said, please you just put a question at the start of it. That will help me loads. So which was the one, Emma? That's the first one to ask. How was Alaska? How was Alaska, Linz?
Yeah, it was a bucket list destination.
It was.
It was.
Did it live up to being a bucket list?
Yeah, but in ways that I didn't think that it would be a bucket list.
Really?
Yeah.
What sort of ways?
In ways that I imagined I'd be in awe of it. I didn't imagine that I'd be such a wreck about it.
So emotional.
Emotional. Oh, God, you get me back on this again.
Yeah, Alaska was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Each time, I've just been putting the video together for today, which goes live at about 6:15 for everyone else. I'd literally just finished it not long before we came on today. But there's some footage at the end of it where we're looking out from the balcony and we're talking about whether the balcony room was worth it and getting the mini suite upgrade and all that side of it.
Yeah.
And as we were looking at the footage of it, I was just like, this is so nice. And then when you saw the picture of the whales again, you just let out this little yelp.
Oh.
And I think that was sort of the tale of Alaska, wasn't it? We were just constantly mesmerised by something.
Yeah.
And it was stunning. I would have liked to have been there longer. It seemed to go so quick.
Mm-hmm.
And we got very lucky with the weather. We only had one properly rainy day.
I thought it was two.
The only one port rain day, which was Juno.
Okay.
Skagway and Ketchikan were both dry.
Yes.
And quite nice as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you've any specific questions on Alaska, otherwise we will just ramble about Alaska for an hour. Please do put them in if there's anything you want to know from there. Jason says, have we settled in now?
We're getting there.
There's less boxes around that people can see now.
There is a room with boxes, and we seem to have lost a lot of things.
Yeah, we keep saying, where's this? And then we're like, it must be in a box. But now we're down to about 10 boxes, and things are not in those 10 boxes. So we're not entirely sure where certain things are. But what we do know is there was nothing in the vans, and there was nothing in the house. But there were quite a lot of things in the skip.
We've had to share one cereal bowl
until we got
some more bowls because we couldn't. And it was the really
rubbish one.
The really rubbish.
Yeah. So we somehow managed to lose a load of crockery en route.
Yeah.
Which we haven't found yet.
Yeah, it was
but
not.
Yeah, in the area we've settled in.
Yeah, lovely.
We keep exploring restaurants and bars.
Oh my goodness, we do.
There's not a shortage, is there?
No.
So probably a good example of that is if you use one of the delivery companies like Just Eat or Delivery, which we use over here. In our old town, I think we had like 12 options.
Tops.
And that's if everyone was open. The most that we've seen open here were 369. And it's like Netflix, isn't it? You're like, there's too much choice.
There's too much choice.
So we just go out more.
Yeah,
it's easier. But yeah, we found some lovely places.
Yeah.
Oh, Gil and Sandra actually just said, did you enjoy your cheese and wine bar?
We did. We were going to go back again, aren't we? Even though there's so much choice everywhere else, we don't feel we've fully explored the menu.
Well, we decided we were going to go, and the two things that they do at the cheese and wine bar, which was they do an afternoon tea that's cheese-based,
yes,
as opposed to a more traditional one. And then they do a wine and cheese pairing, and it takes 2 hours, and you have 5 different wine courses and 5 different cheese courses.
Yes.
And we thought, it's going to be fairly small bites, and we saw 2 other couples.
After we'd ordered something else.
Well, we decided to go bespoke, didn't we?
Yeah, we did go bespoke.
Which was fantastic. It'd been way cheaper to get just a pairing menu. But yeah, really good. And York's just this amazing place for food and bars, isn't it? That we're only just beginning to sort of.
Well, you're only just beginning.
Well, yeah, because you've worked in York for a little while. And Lindsay, as I'm walking around, Lindsay goes, I've been to that bar. I've drank there. I've been there. I'm like, well, is it worth going? You're like, nah.
No, I haven't said that for anything.
There were a couple where you weren't as impressed when we were walking through the centre yesterday. I was where I love cheese.
Not when there's football on.
Oh, no. Definitely not when there's football on.
Oh, my goodness.
And it is a bit of a sort of, I say a weekend town. It's a tourist town.
Yeah, a lot of bachelorette stag do's and hen nights kind of
at the weekends. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, we're we're loving it, and we're loving the cheese and wine bar. Mike says, congrats on 10K. The missus, this is the missus, not Mike. Sharing YouTube with hubby, just back from land trip to Albania and North Macedonia.
Wow.
42, too hot, but very interesting.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I think everywhere's hot apart from
where we are. And Northern Europe.
Yeah. Interesting one from Jason. What excursion exceeded expectations and what didn't?
Oh, that is a good.
I don't think there are any that didn't, but the one that I know the one that exceeded it for me. Are you going to say the same one?
Is my train.
It's your train, which was the White Pass Railway.
But I did say at the time, I'm glad we didn't book the VIP carriage.
Which you didn't say on previous live streams.
No, because I thought that was going to be the best option.
Yeah.
But as it was, we got to. The weather was beautiful. Absolutely, we couldn't have asked for better weather. So we were out on the platform quite a bit.
Huge chunks of it.
And if we'd have had the VIP, we'd have paid a lot to
just sit
stand outside on the back,
and not then listening to the tour guide and not sat in the comfy seats. We'd have probably drank some of the drinks.
Yeah, it was a little bit herded at the start, but we're gonna cover that, aren't we?
Yeah, well, we decided because we don't normally do sort of coverage of the excursions. We normally put it in the nightcaps on the member channel, but we don't do excursion reviews really. But we felt that the White Pass one was absolutely worth us doing a dedicated video on. Plus, we've got just some amazing.
There's just some things that we need to point out.
Yeah, so there'll be a review of that coming up sometime in the next month. I'm really looking forward to talking about that one again. But yeah, nothing didn't exceed expectation. Nothing was below it, but that one for me was better.
Well, the Wales
were good.
No, the Wales that were cancelled Wales.
Oh yeah, cancelled Wales weren't as good.
No.
But that one, the excursion's fault. That were cancelled Wales. But yeah, the railway was amazing. Yeah. Monty and Page said, is there such a thing as booking too much specialty dining?
Ooh.
We've 9 days on QM2 and we booked the veranda twice, nice. Coriander and bamboo, but not on gala nights.
That sounds the way to do it for me.
Do you think that there's too much specialty dining?
I like a bit of speciality. And so for
okay. I nearly snorted on my drink.
For me, no, I like it. I like a bit of speciality dining.
Great insight from Linzi. She's necking the wine.
I just, it makes you feel special, and you
the wine or the dining
or the wet leg.
You just pull that on your leg.
I don't think so.
We had a comment on YouTube the other day
about my wet leg.
Not about your wet leg, nothing to do with your wet leg, but about specialty dining, where someone did ask us, why do we do specialty dining so much? And when we looked at it on the previous cruise, on Ruby, there was 21 meals, and we had 4 meals in specialty dining.
Okay.
So I don't think that that's too high a percentage.
No.
And one was at lunch, so it wasn't that they were all in an evening.
No.
And I think it really does depend on the ship. There are some ships where the main dining isn't great. Not naming specific names.
No, it's just if you want to feel that little bit more it's
special. But it can add a lot of money to your cruise now.
It can.
If you look at Celebrity, Royal Caribbean, their pricing is very expensive.
Yeah.
Princess is kind of that medium level at sort of 35 to 39
which it was sort of still more than what we used to pay, but
less than others. Yeah. And then you've got others like Fred Olsen where it's only a tenner.
Yeah.
So it's doing that. But bamboo is meant to be amazing.
Yes. Yes.
We had a few people who've talked about
yes.
that. Top in mind.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. off on 5th of August on Saga to Norway. Will you ever fancy Saga our first with them? Yes.
Well,
in short.
Yeah, I mean, we have costed it a couple of times.
We have, and they're not cheap. Until recently, I think it were Paul and Carol's that we watched when they went on it. There were someone else's video that we watched, and it is a little while ago now, so apologies that I forgot. We watched theirs, and it changed my preconception of it because I always think of Saga, not just the cruise one, as being for much older clientele than us. But the reality is, as soon as you're 50 and over, which on passport, not in mind or body, then you can go on it. And we've looked at it a few times, haven't we? Because we were like, okay, that don't look like what we imagined it was going to do.
No, it looks beautiful.
Maybe we should try it.
I like the collection as well.
So let us know what you think when you've been on it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is one within the next sort of couple of years that we'll end up trying. And it's not that we're putting it off.
No.
To us being older, we just haven't had the opportunity.
No.
Great question. From Jason, if you went back to Alaska, what would you do differently?
Oh, this is a great question.
We haven't even had that conversation ourselves yet.
I'm going to say book a ship that has an indoor pool.
Oh, good shout.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd still get a balcony. That I wouldn't change. It's not that I've seen it now and therefore I don't need to see it again. That's not the case at all.
Yeah, I think the indoor pool area or a really covered solarium style like you on Quantum Class, they're covered out there.
And Edge Class.
And Edge. And yeah, because we saw Edge when we were up there.
We did.
I think that's probably the thing that I would do.
And maybe go a little bit later in the season, only by a couple of weeks.
What, to sort of mid-June? Late June?
Somewhere, just so near when it's the summer solstice. So you've got practically 24 hours a day, like I would have.
Yeah. That was one of the other bits. Whilst we saw humpbacks, there were no orcas yet, and they explained to us they were still about 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
So if you were at the back end of June, you're probably going to be in orca season. So maybe we would have gone just a little bit later.
Yeah.
And yeah, other than that, not for the first time we've been, probably nothing really that different.
No.
We've got Joe on.
Hi, Joe.
It says, what cruises are you going on next and what happened to going on Icon of the Seas?
Okay.
Good question.
So,
we were just talking about Icon of the Seas today, weren't we?
We were talking about Icon today. We are going on Resilient Lady in about 5 weeks.
Yeah, about that. August bank holiday, isn't it?
And then Icon, well...
So that's Virgin Voyages Resilient Lady, if anyone who doesn't know.
And then for Icon, we were booked on Icon, and then we
changed it to
Sun Princess because Icon just got a bit crazy.
Yeah, and we really liked the idea of Sun Princess.
And going on one of the first cruises,
things went a little bit astray there, but we still ended up on one of the first cruises.
Yeah, it was just, and it was really weird how the Sun Princess booking occurred. It was sort of really weird, but I'm glad we did it. Icon is still on the list. It's just the pricing needs to get better.
Yeah, Icon is still incredibly expensive, and I don't think it's going to come down. They've got their new ship out imminently.
Star?
No, Utopia.
Utopia?
Because it's Meghan Trainor who's...
Yes, we talked about
that. So I don't think that coming out is going to alter Icon because that's the Oasis class.
Yes.
So the next one, Star, which is the next Icon, that's not out for another year or so yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when that comes out, maybe Icon will come down a little bit. There'll be a little bit more capacity. And maybe we'll do it then.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, we will definitely do Icon, Joe.
Yeah.
Emma says, did you spot any sea mammals, animals, or birds of interest in Alaska?
We did. We saw, well, there was the tree bird, the bird in the tree. What was that? The heron.
Yeah, but it
It was
a normal
almost.
heron.
It was like prehistoric, sat in a tree looking
They were
at
huge,
us.
about a foot above us, well, about 10 foot above us.
It was enormous.
Yeah, I've got some pictures of that.
Yeah, we saw that. That was the first night when we went for his walk when we got there.
Yeah.
We saw the seals.
Lots of wild birds.
Lots of wild birds.
The seals were one of my favourite things. I know everyone goes, the whales were. But the seals had only just had the pups. So they were very, very young seal pups. And they were sat on the icebergs. You can see one of them towards the end of the video tonight. And they were just so cute on there. But yeah, and whales and other stuff. So yeah, I were hoping to see orcas, and it was only when we got there they said, you're too early.
No. As we left Vancouver, apparently some orcas appeared at the side of us, but we were at the opposite side. Joe will be able to confirm.
Right. I didn't know that. Yeah, Joe or Jim, if you could just confirm that if you saw orcas, but we didn't. Stu P says, have you moved very far?
Yes.
Well, we haven't.
Well,
it's not far.
We've gone from one county to another.
Yeah, we've gone from West Yorkshire to North Yorkshire.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 50 mile, 45, 50 mile. So it's not that far, but it's about an hour and a half to drive it, isn't it?
Pardon me.
Those bubbles get up your nose then. Such a lady.
I'm just going to drink more.
So yeah, we haven't moved that far, relatively.
Not that far.
But it seems a million mile away when right and back, because we now live in a city. And
in city.
City-ish. Jason, what's next on the bucket list?
Oh, it's Panama, isn't it? Have we not said about Panama?
That's the next one that's booked, for definite.
Have we even talked about Panama? I don't know if we have.
We have now, then. I don't know if we've talked about it.
One day we're going to go on Panama.
So we might as well talk about
it. No. I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah. Not imminently. But we may be going on Panama. Yeah, if you think we've talked about Panama before, because clearly we've forgotten, just let us know in the comments. If you already know, then we can carry on talking about it. But yeah, and we'd like to get over to Japan at some point in the next couple of years, won't we?
And I want to do Antarctica.
Who would you want to do that with?
One that goes to Antarctica.
Well, I'm hoping that you'd say me, but which cruise line?
An Antarctica one.
Yeah, but you can do like some slightly bigger cruise ships, like NCL, albeit they got turned around not that long since. Or would you want to do like a proper expedition one?
Yeah, an expedition one.
Like Hurtigruten or someone.
And it checks whatever it's called. Something nice.
Something nice. Joe says, would you do Ruby Princess again?
Oh, that's a good question. We liked Ruby Princess. They need to get an Alfredo. She needs an Alfredo's.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the ship at all. She's a lovely ship. And when we do the review in a couple of weeks, you'll see that. And we had a great time on her. It's only from a personal point of view that I try not to do in my head the same ship twice.
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't, because there wasn't enough that would bring me back to that. The only ships that we've done recently-ish that I'd want to do again is Queen Mary 2 and Sun Princess. Sun Princess, I don't think we felt that we'd had the full experience on it yet.
No.
Because there was still a lot to be opened, and we were only on 5 nights. So we'd like that. And QM2 is so unique that we really want to do QM2 again, and it'll probably be a transatlantic when we do that.
Yeah.
Which will be different enough to that side of it. So from my point of view, I probably wouldn't do Ruby Princess again. Would you?
Never say never.
No. But I would definitely do one of the slightly smaller cruise ships, Ruby Princess or smaller, in Alaska, because I can see the benefit of them getting into.
But with a covered pool.
With a covered pool. Steve says, would you consider going back to Alaska?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know when, but absolutely. We'd like to go sort of further north, wouldn't we? Towards Sitka.
And then get off at Anchorage, I think.
Yeah.
Or Anchorage to Vancouver, one of them.
Karen and Stuart, our TAs, are there at the moment. If you're in the Facebook group, you will have seen them posting some stuff, because they've just done the Rocky Mountaineer.
Wow.
Which we would love to go over to do that. So
Yes.
that's a reason for us to go. And then I forget what ship they're going. Oh, Celebrity.
Yes.
And they're doing Solstice.
Nice.
But yeah, I'd love to go back again, Steve. The time difference was a killer on it. I think it's the worst that either of us have been with jet lag before, isn't it? Because the day before we were 9 hours difference, and then it changed to 8 on that day. Then we got back. So by the time we'd then flown back home and got back home and drove sort of 5.5 hours home again and got to bed that night, we'd been up like 36 hours, and we had jet lag for about 5 days.
It wasn't fun. Not fun.
But apart from that, we'd just take longer.
Yeah.
We'd stop somewhere en route back.
Maybe just then
fly to New York, get on QM2
and do it back that way.
That's a better way of doing it. I'm up for that. Barry says, just back from the Canaries cruise on Ventura, off on Virtuoso next month. Any advice for this ship? Congrats on subscribers. Thank you, Barry. What's your tips for Virtuoso, Linz?
I would say...
you can't just say go in yacht club. My tip would be going into the Holler Cantina at lunchtime.
Oh, yes. That's a great tip.
Because it's exactly the same menu, it's exactly the same price, but it's about 1/10 the number of people in there.
And you get to do it longer, and
there's no rush.
There's no rush at all. That's a good one. The pizza on MSC is great. Yeah, I like that. That's a good one for going for lunchtime.
Would you say have a go at the rope bridge? Because you did that on there. That's worth signing up for?
No. No.
So Holler at lunchtime.
Yes.
There you go. Hope you enjoyed your cruise on Ventura as well.
Mm-hmm.
Missy D says, hi both.
Hi, Missy D.
I missed the staircase in your old home that constantly changed direction.
Yeah, it was like from Harry Potter. We even had the cupboard.
We had the cupboard, yeah. No staircase now. Yeah, I'm not missing that staircase. John Jim, love the sunflowers. We're still missing boxes from our move too.
Oh, honestly, we're
not confident that they're anywhere in the house at this point.
I found your slippers.
You did. They were missing for about 5 days.
They were.
But we're gradually finding stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. What's Rose said? At 73, I must have been the youngest person on Saga last month.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
And that was always our concern until we saw the people on it, where they then said that it wasn't the case. But
makes you wonder, doesn't it?
20 years younger, would we feel significant? Don't know. I still want to try it. Interesting, though. And I wonder if that's just a seasonal one, that if you go in sort of more holiday time era or around that, you get a slightly younger crowd. I say slightly younger in that the base is 50. But when it's in the season where people are more at work,
maybe
sort of a little bit older.
Or itinerary length or something.
Yeah. If it's longer itinerary, I would guess it would skew a little older as well.
Yeah.
Hull Vista class ships have a pool that they can cover based on the weather.
Oh, nice. That's good.
We saw some Holland America while we were there, didn't we?
We did, and they had the big flag on the front.
They did.
But yeah, that would be good.
I think I was surprised at the variety of ships that we saw up there in terms of size, from, like we said, Edge class ones.
Yeah.
We saw Seaborn up there. We saw Viking, but then we saw other Princess, NCL, one of their bigger ships, Carnival. Big group ones. How Alaskan cruises look great. We're debating whether they're going 2026, but can't decide what route to do. For the first one, Jason, I would 100% say Inside Passage. Going
and starting and finishing at the same place as well.
Yeah, starting Vancouver, or if it's a slightly longer one, Seattle. If that's an option, going Seattle, Vancouver, Inside Passage back.
Yeah.
But if not, from the three big ones that you want to tick off initially are Vancouver, Ketchikan, and Skagway, aren't they?
You mean Skagway, Ketchikan, Juneau, yes.
Yeah, I missed Juneau from that.
Yeah, and then you either do Glacier Bay or Endicott Arm that
Yeah.
we did. And I liked Endicott Arm, it was beautiful.
I did. I think Glacier Bay is supposed to be a little bit better.
In respect to there's a few of them, but
Yeah.
I liked it. The weather was beautiful. I really liked it.
Yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous, wasn't it? Right, Tina, we've got a few cruises booked, but we're looking forward to Resilient Lady, and we've got the Splash of Romance.
Oh, nice.
It's, I mean, obviously we did review on that, and we had it ourselves on the last one we went on for your birthday. And I've kept going back and forward since then whether I think it's good value or not. I think the longer the cruise, the better value I think it is.
Absolutely.
Because you get so much more attached to it on a longer cruise. On a shorter one, I'm less convinced by it. But yeah, let us know what you get on with it. We can't wait for Resilient now. And I think, if I remember right, because I've got it in my phone to alarm me at some point, I think the restaurant's open for booking as well, imminently.
Lovely.
In the next few days. So Gail and Mike just said, Icon.
It's crazy.
It's just so expensive.
So expensive.
Yeah, just not cheap. Just said, sounds nice. We're leaving cruising for a while. Let's hope for Haven experience on NCL and retreat on Apex.
Wow.
Well, that's because he's been into Yacht Club now. So it's having a look at Haven and Retreat. Retreat does look amazing on Apex. We're looking to go into Harrogate in summer to visit family.
Nice.
It's our favourite UK place.
It's not far.
No, it's about 20 miles south of me. 15, 20 miles. Just how many people did Linzi's flying crab claws take out?
Just you.
Yeah, just me.
Just you.
The other people were sat sufficiently far back that things fell short.
I feel I've gone too heavy on that Prosecco.
In that you've finished like 2/3 of the bottle. No, there's still enough left. Just sip that bit.
I'm just going to sip this now.
What did you? Obviously, we've talked about it in the review. Did you think the seafood in that crab shack were good? I thought they were fantastic.
They were all right
for the money.
Oh, definitely compared to what they were serving on land as well in the towns and everything.
It were good, sort of 75% cheaper than what it was in town.
Yeah, definitely.
And wasn't noticeably different.
No,
for me.
No,
but yeah. If you've not seen the flying crab, just have a look at one of the shorts on the channel. You will see it. Joe, yes, we saw the orcas. I agree, nice. Though the seals were my favourite too. So yeah, Joe was on the cruise and did see the orcas. We were clearly otherwise occupied at the other side of the ship doing something.
Yeah.
Gail and Mike said, Christian, I'm always interested in the demographic on cruises. What was it like on Ruby in that part of the world? Age group, nationalities, etc.
Well, nationalities-wise, it was mainly US citizens and Canadians, meaning so that we had to go to a special desk because we were not Canadian or American.
You're about on immigration.
For immigration, for getting on.
Yeah.
And we literally, there was a massive queue for Americans and Canadians, and we just totted down, walked straight up to the desk.
Straight through.
That looked at stampy. You had your fingerprints taken.
Yeah.
I didn't have to have mine taken.
No idea why. You obviously had a more trustworthy face than me. But yeah, predominantly US Canadian on ours, albeit in the theatre on, I think, first night or second night, whatever it was. They said there were also 200 Australians.
Yeah, there was quite a few Australians.
We did see and hear a couple of Brits, but not many.
No.
Again, it might be a little bit busier in summer holidays.
Yeah, maybe.
With people from UK.
And it was quite a wide-ranging
age groups were massive.
Yeah.
We had not a huge amount of children on, but there were children on it.
Yeah.
There were young families. There were sort of older generation that sort of you'd normally expect maybe on Saga. Mm-hmm. It was really wide cross spectrum. Craig, have you seen the train car dining venue on Utopia? It looks amazing.
I have seen it, yes.
I'm looking at booking Utopia just for that alone.
Oh, it does look really nice.
I don't know if I've seen it.
I've seen it.
I'm sure I must have done, but it's not.
I've seen
the fact that I'm not immediately going, oh yeah, would suggest I've not even looked at it properly.
Out. It's really fun.
So what is it then?
You know, like when you
like a Pullman car.
Well, you feel like you're sat in it, but they've got the windows are screens. You know, like in Universal when you go.
Oh, like on the Harry Potter train.
Yeah, but they've got big screens, so they change as though you were in transit, and then they serve you like you're in a carriage. It looks fabulous.
I'm interested in going on Utopia now.
Oh my goodness, this Prosecco's killing me.
Giving you hiccups.
I am so sorry.
Just we're doing a short QM2 cruise to Bruges in September and then again in April 25 to Norway.
Oh, lovely.
I love that QM2 cruise to Norway. I think for us it was the perfect fjord ship.
Yes, loved it.
Yeah. Who did you fly with and would you recommend them?
Okay, so...
British Airways?
Flew with BA.
Would you recommend them?
Well, they were very nice to me.
Do you want to leave it at that? You want to coming back, were you? Going out there, you were fine. And the crew were lovely.
Yeah. It's not that I was drunk.
No, not at all. You hadn't had a drink at all.
I wasn't drinking or anything.
I love how you felt that you had to sort of... As you sat in there necking Prosecco, it was nothing to do with alcohol.
No, it wasn't anything to do with alcohol.
Yeah, you just want to well.
I fainted, and I've never fainted on a plane ever. And they were like, oh, there's about 3 people have all gone. And I was like... and some of them are in the staff rest area. But we'll see, you just lay on the floor.
Well, you thought you were going to get a free bed on plane at one point. You were like, oh, this is a result.
But I got oxygen. That was good.
You did get fresh oxygen. And then you got to sit back next to me again, not in the staff quarters. But yeah, they were back to Jason's question. Would you fly with them again? Would you recommend them? Yeah, if for no other reason than they were massively cheaper than everyone else.
So much cheaper.
I think they were the next nearest pricing to them were about £600-700 more on the same day.
Yeah.
And it was a direct flight, and there were really good times as well.
Mm-hmm.
We got into Vancouver for like 1:30.
Yes. And
we flew back and landed for about 8:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So they were good from that point. Gil and Sandra said, would love to do Queen Elizabeth from Japan to Alaska.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. Oh,
would
yes.
love to do that. Is that what Bob and Holly did?
I think it is, yeah. I think it might be.
I'm fairly sure. If you've not seen them already, Gil and Sandra, just look up some friends of ours. They have a YouTube channel called Innocents Abroad.
Bob and Holly.
And you'll better see their series on Queen Elizabeth. And I'm positive it was Japan to Alaska.
Yes.
So if you've not seen it, have a look. It's a great one. I'd love to do that as well. Mr. D said we're drinking Captain Morgan Strawberry Daiquiri for your stream.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a nice one.
That is a nice one.
Tina, we were on Royal Explorer a few weeks ago, and the age group on that was older, which surprised us, especially on an all-inclusive ship.
Oh.
I'm not massively surprised. You've just had some relatives go on it.
No, I had no relatives.
Did they not go on Marella?
Oh, I have. I got some relatives.
They've literally just got off yesterday.
I don't know. Was it Marella? We hadn't spoken.
It was Tui. I'm fairly sure. And they're much older as well. Mm-hmm. They're in that older demographic. Yeah. So I think Morella's just one of them, having watched other videos in past, it's a big wide range in age demographic as well. It's that time of year, isn't it? We've got Ken and Linzi on saying, hi guys, many congrats to you on 10,000.
Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see them down in Southampton.
Yes, for the day.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Neil, have you travelled in Yacht Club on MSC and specifically on World Europa, and was it any good?
We've travelled in Yacht Club on MSC.
On Virtuosa.
On Virtuosa, not in World Europa. My family, other family to the family that we've just been talking about, did it at the same time that we were on Virtuosa. And
they didn't enjoy it.
They said they've done other yacht clubs, and they said it was a bit too big.
Yeah, because I think by comparison, World Europa's yacht club has about 400, 450 in it.
Mm.
And it's about roughly twice the size of Virtuosa's. So they felt the sort of service wasn't as personal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, might have changed since they went on it.
It might have done,
because they went on it fairly early. after it had started within the first 6 months.
Yeah.
So, but Yacht Club, we absolutely love.
Love Yacht Club.
Yeah, there's the review on the channel about Yacht Club specifically. I'd go on Yacht Club tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ideal on a different ship. But if it would be if someone said here's a free one, I'd go on anyone. Jerry, have you been in any repositioning cruises?
Yes.
Done a few, haven't we?
We've done a few. We really like the pricing. We really like that you get to try a ship that for a bit longer.
Yeah.
And we like the pricing. I've said that, haven't I?
Yeah, you really get to know a ship a lot more on
we like
a
the sea
repositioning
days.
Cruise. Yeah, you tend to get a lot of those.
We do, and we like them.
It's worth considering, because I know some people are interested in the repositioning ones, but not as keen to do a transatlantic where it's all those sea days. It's worth sometimes looking at the ones where they do like Barcelona back to Southampton before going off.
Or Rome
or Rome to Southampton, because you can get a good 10, 14 night cruise on that with regular stops, unlike obviously transatlantic where you have generally fewer. And pricing can be really, really good as well.
especially.
Well, I know that
Queen Victoria.
Yeah, does it a lot. And what's the next princess? Star Princess. That's got a repositioning from Barcelona to Southampton, I think in October next year, before it goes off on its transatlantic. So if you're worried about doing a transatlantic on repositioning, maybe have a look at a European repositioning.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're good value.
Yeah, we do like them.
Joe said, Jesse, inside passage is a must do, so you must go out of Vancouver, cruise out of Seattle, do not stop in Vancouver, and do not do inside passage.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Joe. Correcting our lack of knowledge at that side, because Joe's over in Vancouver.
Yes.
So, yeah, definitely inside passage. Question, is there a crap shack on Sky Princess? We're beginning of August, first time Princess. Now, until recently, I would have said no. But I've had quite a few other people tell me that there's crab shacks appearing on other ones, including one that's in the fjords right now, because one of the members of the group's on there, and they've got a crab shack, and it's doing a pop-up in Crown Grill on one of the days.
Wow.
So it appears that they're doing these in more destinations now than just Alaska.
I'll tell you what they do have. They have an Alfredo's.
Which is a definite win. So, yeah, you may well find that there's one on there.
Yep, they get a pop-up.
Tina. So they appear to be more. Yeah. But by the sound of it, they're just doing one as opposed to we had two different dates on ours. Jason says, I don't recall you mentioning Panama before. Maybe a chat for another month. Yep, we'll save
absolutely.
that one. Maybe we'll mention it on the members' call first.
I thought we had.
Gil and Sandra booked to do a Northern Lights cruise in January.
Oh, nice.
We would love to do that. Which one are you doing? Let us know, because I'm really interested to see that.
Lovely.
I would absolutely love to do them.
Yeah.
I know quite a few of our friends have done them now, haven't they?
Yeah.
And seen them in there.
Yeah.
Joe says, is Ruby Princess up to date or is it more older?
It's older.
Yeah, she came out in 2008, Joe. And I think the last refurb, if I remember right, were about 5-6 years ago. So she's overdue. Yeah,
very warm colour palette. The lighting's weird.
In some places.
It's just, she's old lighting. Because you forget that they used to make lights like that.
Yeah, and now they've changed them. And I suspect when she has the next one, it'll change a lot. We've just had our first ever super chat.
Oh my goodness!
So in coming up to 3 years, that's our first ever one. So
thank you
from KB in the UK.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just wanted to say hi.
You didn't. Oh wow!
Don't anyone feel that you need to do that? But thank you. Just wanted to say hi. Are you settled into your new house okay? Our next cruise virtuoso in the yacht club around Caribbean from Barbados.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Be really good.
Oh, yes.
Your relatives that you mentioned earlier that did Europa, they're flying over out there to do Virtuosa. Are they doing it in Caribbean?
No, they're doing a transatlantic.
On Virtuosa?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Over to here?
Yes.
Okay. I will write on at least part of that. Yeah, let us know how you get on it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So what's the next adventure? Virgin Voyages Resilient Lady, 4-night, what can probably only be described as party cruise and remain safe.
We try and say that Virgin are not a party cruise, but because of the bar tab that we've got and the people that we're on there with, it's going to be a party cruise.
So that's our first kind of group cruise, because it's the unofficial official group cruise, isn't it? And there's about people we know, about 40-ish people.
Not all with us.
Not all with us, no. But there's a lot of people we know on that.
It's going to be crazy.
So, and it only has one stop, which is an overnight in Amsterdam over the bank holiday weekend. So it should be great fun. I'm really looking forward to that. We are going to, even though we've done a lot of stuff on Resilient in the past in terms of doing all the restaurants, we're not going to do any of them, but we are going to film some vlog type stuff.
Not in the traditional sense.
Not in the traditional sense, but more than what we normally do, just so we can share some of the sort of fun. Cruising with the 4Bs, A-Sweet Natured, house looking great.
Thank you.
I think Star goes straight from Barcelona. It's
because they rejigged all the itineraries.
I think you might be right, Tom.
No, he is right.
Yeah. Yeah, when they rechanged them, because she got pushed back 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't take my advice on doing Star as a repositioning to Southampton. You won't get there. But yeah.
We did look at that as well, didn't we? It's not there anymore.
Yeah, we were looking at the transatlantic repositioning one, weren't we? So, Morning Page. Actually, Seattle outbound and inbound Ocean Regatta did inside passage. Both was 6/10 this year.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Oceania has an option for that.
Nice.
Gilsandra going on Fred Olsen Balmoral 15 nights for Northern Lights. I think that's the one that Ken and Linzi did, wasn't it?
No.
No, they did Ballet.
They did a little one.
Balletta.
Yeah.
Have a fantastic time on that.
Yeah. It's not long either, really.
No. Have you checked out doing a QM2 transatlantic with flight with North Atlantic premium class? The price doesn't look too scary.
Oh, really? Okay, we'll have a look at that.
Is it North that's just taken over as one of the contractors for P&O?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I know it was a Norwegian one of some description.
Yeah, because there's a couple of them, isn't there? Yeah, it may be. But I know that what the Norwegian ones charge for premium is what you pay for economy on Virgin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is the way. That's,
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Steve has said, are you planning any trips that are not cruises? We ain't got anything booked at this point. We keep talking about adding some land-based elements into the cruises.
Yes.
Because next time we go out to Florida,
we'd love to.
With the new Hollywood not Hollywood, Universal Park being open, we'd like to do at least a week over there. We've no plans at the moment, but
it'll happen.
Who can say?
Mm-hmm.
Ken had said, Northern Lights cruises are great but different. We loved it and doing it again next March.
Nice.
Kevin Alley said, we're honoured to give you your first super chat.
Bless you. Thank you. Oh.
Tom says, still trying to spend my £1,000 from cancelled Sun. But Princess so expensive at the moment. Maybe the Star could be an option. Have they really gone up in price? Well, I've not looked at Princess in a little while.
Oh, that's a bit cheeky.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just seeing what you can get for that money.
Yeah.
That's not crazy. Jason said, who would have thought a cruise cancellation earlier in the year would have resulted in an Alaskan cruise?
You can't make it up. You really can't. It's just...
Yeah. Had Sun not have cancelled when it did and we got that refund plus the big cruise credit, we definitely wouldn't have done Alaska this year.
No.
We didn't have the budget or the time for it.
No.
Whereas having that one cancelled and then it being replaced by the 5-dayer, we all of a sudden had an extra 5 days holiday and a big chunk of cruise credit.
Yeah.
So Ken has said Norse, TUI and Virgin for P&O
Right, Norse. Yeah. So what did we say? Norwegian.
Well, TUI and Virgin on it, but we were on about the which was the one that it said. I'll just scroll back up a second. North Atlantic.
Yeah. So yeah, Norse.
So yeah, Norse. Just I would love to pop to York when I got Harrogate, as I love Fat Badger pubs.
We walked past one last night, and the Ghost Bus tour. We've not done it yet,
but we keep seeing it constantly.
Every time we walk around a corner, it's this way for this ghost tour, or this way for that ghost tour. And I showed you the little shop that sells the ghosts.
So the queue for it were insane. They were like queuing for Harry Potter shop in King's Cross. There must have been like 100 people in queue. I'm like, so what is it you're getting there?
And I'm like, you buy a little
statue with a ghost. I'm like,
you buy a ghost.
People have got too much money, have too much time. But yeah, which was the Fat Badger pub we walked past?
The Fat Badger was just as we came round the corner to come back into the... I'm going to sound really Game of Thrones now. As we came in through the top gate through the old walls, it was there on the left.
Right.
York is weird. And by weird, I mean old.
Yeah.
It's old York.
It is old York, not New York.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it was on the left. And they didn't have the football on, so we kept walking.
Yeah. Kevin Alley just said, do we know if the Cheers Darling
I need to look at that,
are back in stock? They weren't, again, as of 2 weeks ago, and I'd sent a message in to ask if they know when there's any stock updates. If not, we're going to redesign them. Because there's plenty of other ones that we can do it in.
Yeah.
But we really like that material.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to you very quick. Just back on Joe's Ghostbusters tour. Are we going to do that at some point?
Yeah, we said when it got dark.
So we'll do it around Halloween-ish time.
When it gets dark.
Cool. Looking forward to that. Cruising 4Bs, I think mainly been looking for, and cabins for 4 sell out so quickly.
Oh, that'll be it.
Yeah, especially, obviously, with you having sort of children at school age.
Yeah.
Then you're limited as to what time you can go easier. It's more problematic, isn't it? 'Cause they just sell out immediately.
Yeah.
Norse apparently replaced Norwegian Airlines.
Now, the thing I remember about Norwegian Airlines is that when Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt split up, they put an advert, a full-page advert out in the paper saying Brad's single, flights to LA from £175 or something.
That Norwegian did that?
Yeah. So that's why. But he's 60, and he's at the F1 today.
If you wanted to go say hi.
Not that I'm obsessed or anything. Just.
You did see that on Twitter, I know you said earlier. Well, that's what you told me. Just saying the many Fat Badgers in Yorkshire, it's luxury dining for such a cheap price. It's very Cunard style of price.
Yes, yeah, and he's a very posh badger as well.
I've never heard of it.
You've not heard of a Fat Badger?
No. It's problem when it's in your home area. You just don't know.
Yeah, no, he's got an advert as well on the radio.
Oh, Fat Badger. What's he say?
He says, "Hello, I'm the Fat Badger." That's what he says.
I'm going to listen out for that one.
I think that's what he says. I haven't dreamt it, I'm sure.
Hello, I'm the Fat Badger.
It's kind of like that.
Okay, I'll go check it out. Ken says, have you booked Oceania yet? Or are you waiting to have a look?
Ken.
Not yet.
Not yet. We'll have a look. We'll see what mates rates they can do when we go see them next week.
See if there's any bargains on offer.
Yeah.
I am genuinely looking forward to have a look at it because I think that's I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. I think that's the smallest ship we'll have ever looked at.
Yes, it is, yes.
So I'm really interested to see it. Cruising for ways, I might just get a Star Cruise to finally head on part 19. Or Delete will turn up on Star.
Doubt
it'll turn up on Star.
I can read Tom.
Joe says they did their ghost tour in August 22. It was very dark and very much cheaper because it was school holidays.
Oh, I bet.
Jason said, you've got to create the Meh Wales t-shirt. We've had a few people ask for that.
Really?
Including someone in Alaska who offered to create it in a pop-up shop at Juneau. Yeah, I feel they can just take that. We ain't got a trademark on Meh Wales. When did you? Was that in a podcast that you talked about that? One of the reviews.
I think it might have been a podcast.
I can't remember.
Well, it's like when cruises surprise you.
Yeah, and it wasn't that you were just like Meh Wales. There was some context to that, I think. But yeah. Oh dear. Well, we're coming up towards back end of it already.
Wow.
If you any last questions, please throw them in. I'll just plug one quick.
Oh no!
It's only a quickie one.
No.
I'm just going to mention to people about, for those that don't know, that we've got the Facebook group.
Okay, you could.
Which just before we started today, we had 752 members. So if you're not a member of this really lovely community, and it really is a lovely community, please do pop along afterwards and join us. See, that's it. I'm not doing any other stuff for today. Let's just. Apologies, Turbo Grandma. See you on Ocean. I think it's going to be a very busy day. A busy day of travel agents on as well. I think.
I didn't mean to look so down.
Yeah, it's because Ken's saying it's not very small. It's 1,250 passengers, 670,000 gross tons. So it's really nice.
I thought that said G&Ts.
It's got 67,000 gin and tonics. Is that how they now measure how heavy a cruise ship is? By the number of G&Ts.
I think it's more like I can, yeah.
I still think that's the smallest ship we've been on.
I think it is.
1,250. I don't think we've been on a smaller ship. I'm struggling to think of one.
No.
So yeah, it's not a Windstar small yacht style, but it's still on the smaller side of stuff. So we would have been doing our prize giveaway today.
But we can't find the prize.
And we also apologise that the members haven't got the postcards yet because they're also in one of those boxes. The magnets that we got for the giveaway and the postcards are in the same bag. So it's in here somewhere. We will get them out as soon as possible. So our apologies, we haven't got them out yet. So we'll do that on the next live stream. I don't have the date for that off the top of my head yet. But either back end of this month or start of next.
I think we start next. It will be in August because it'll be cruise month.
Yeah, absolutely. So, bringing us up to the end of it.
Wow.
Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
It's been lovely to see everyone. And to watch you nearly finish off that whole bottle of sparkly. No, that is it now finished. You'd got a bit on your leg again, didn't you? And we will say